How much are home prices actually falling? Well, in today's video, we are taking a look at what is actually happening here in our local real estate market in Sarasota and Manatee counties. And if you're like me at all and you're reading the headlines and watching YouTube and anything about buying or selling, all we hear about is that sellers and builders are slashing prices and the worst market is yet to come. Well, let's dive into this a little bit because the truth just may shock you. Let's get right into the real numbers and what's been happening so far in 2023 and how did 2022 year end. Now in 2022, it was apparent about the third week of May that interest rates were no longer going to stay at 2.5%. And immediately my team and I felt it, noticed the shift happen, and just secretly we were rejoicing a bit because selling homes for $50,000 over list price and waiving appraisals and competing against 6, 7, 8 other offers, it's really not great for anyone except for those sellers who are very smartly able to cash in. And as I always say, you never know you're at the top of the market until it starts going down, and you have a very short window to take advantage of that. So sellers, yes, I am talking to every seller who still believes they can add 10% over what your neighbor's home sold for in May of 2022. It is not going to happen in 2023. It's just not. What is happening is, I call it a great stabilization and market reset, and we're just getting used to this new normal. So let's take a hard look at what's really happening. First, although we knew just 5 months into 2022 that interest rates were about to double, that buyer demand would decrease, that inventory would increase, we actually ended up 2022 with the average sales price in Sarasota and Manatee counties at $681,000, which is 17% higher than the previous year. The median price for 2022 came in at $505,000, which is actually even 24% higher than the previous year. Now, prices hit their peak in April with the average price well over $700,000 for a single family home. Now, since then, we have seen average prices fluctuate week to week. My team and I watch the market very closely, and from one week to the next, the average price can change $20,000 to $50,000, and that is all depending on what is closing. That said, although nationwide you may hear about a really softening market, specifically around that 1 million mark, that's not necessarily the case here in our area, and we're going to get to that in just a moment. Before going on, however, if you find any of the information I share weekly helpful, be sure to subscribe and let me know. Let me know what kind of information you're looking for to find on my channel. I really appreciate you watching and your feedback. Okay, back to the housing market. Housing market is always changing, and the biggest change currently is our inventory. So naturally, with rising inventory, rising interest rate, you would just naturally assume our prices are going to start dropping. Well, in the past 3 months, the average price has actually dropped by about $70,000 and the median price by about $40,000, or approximately 10%. So why doesn't it seem like the homes are more affordable or that pricing is still a little crazy? Well, mainly because they're still nowhere near the pre-pandemic prices that we are used to. We saw home values double in 2 years' time and only drop about 10% over the last few months. So will they continue to recede? Well, this is where I'd love to have my crystal ball. I can tell you our inventory currently sits at about 5,100 homes in our local MLS. And as you can see from the chart, the number of price decreases is a lot. But also look at the number of homes going under contract versus the number of homes listed. The number of homes listed is only slightly higher than the number of pending. So we are still quite busy. We are seeing a lot of people in town, and obviously the winter months in Florida are always the busiest months. So remember me mentioning our $1 million mark is still pretty strong? Well, here's another statistic. The average days on market for homes priced between $600,000 and $1 million, they're actually selling in less than 20 days. And that is an extremely few days in the market at that price point. Actually, homes priced between $400,000 and $600,000 are sitting a little longer. Why might this be happening? Well, 2 reasons. Many of the homes priced between $400,000 and $600,000 fall into our starter home market of some sort. And many of these homes are older. They may need a little bit more improvements and updates. Home buyers are concerned about the cost that may be associated with some of these homes, not to mention the cost to insure an older home. Now, sellers, if you have an older home and want to sell, you need to be aware of what buyers' expectations are and be prepared to whether make improvements, compromise, and negotiate with buyers. Typically, homes priced over $700,000 seem to be a little bit newer with more open floor plans and modern amenities. Now, another reason for the higher price point homes are still selling at a little higher pace. Well, one thing that Sarasota seems to have that you may not find in other cities is the high number of cash purchases. In 2022, over 40% of homes closed in Sarasota with cash transactions. And this is second highest in the state, just after Naples. So for many people waiting for the ball to drop and for foreclosures to hit the market, remember, we have to have bad loans. We have to have people that are overextending themselves. We need job losses, failing economy, and in the past year, we've had very little of that yet. Now, that could all change here in 2023, but you may not want to wait on the sidelines expecting to cash in on some great deals. With this high number of cash transactions throughout our area, the likelihood of the market crashing completely is pretty low. But can you still find some great deals? Well, absolutely. My team and I constantly are scouring neighborhoods, the area, communities, the MLS, looking for good deals. And if you'd like to receive the list of homes that we send out to our clients that we feel are great values, little undervalued, or will make a great home, please let us know in the comments below and we'll make sure you get that. Now, one last note. I read a lot about builders and canceled contracts. I speak to builder reps almost daily. Builders' inventory is definitely growing. However, they did not see a significant fallout in contracts in 2022 here in the Sarasota-Manatee counties. Now, are builders willing to negotiate a bit more? Absolutely. And I know which ones have the best deals, are the most flexible with incentives, and cost of what it should really be to buy. So not to mention what areas are most likely to increase in value the most in the next 5 years. So let me know if you have questions about new construction neighborhood. If you'd like more information on the current housing market, be sure to reach out and let me know how I can be of help. We love helping so many people buy, sell, and invest in real estate here in Sarasota-Manatee counties. Now keep watching, and until next time, take care.